Welcome to episode 16 of Bandwagon. I'm your host, Eric Nelson. I want to thank Pete Walker for stopping by for our last episode. It was really great to chat with him, and it was nice to hear his new song, Boji Kicked My Ass Again. And I also want to thank Owen Justice for making everything look and sound so great all the time. And of course, our executive producer, Skinny Webb, for putting on those little final touches to just make it all go mwah. So, hey, before I introduce our guest here, I just want to say, Owen, congratulations on getting those couple videos out there, man.
Thank you.
Those turned out really, really good, and you should be really proud of them.
Thank you.
So good. I know they're being well received, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback and compliments on them. So cool. All right. Well, I'm going to move right along here. Our next guest is somebody that I've known for several years. She's currently resides in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas?
Missouri.
Okay, Kansas City, Missouri. That's where I'm from originally, Kansas City, Missouri. And but you're not a stranger to Omaha.
No. I lived here for about 5 years.
Okay, I was going to ask. I didn't know if you ever were originally from here or not.
No, I'm originally from Denver, Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And I went to college in Nebraska at Doane College. And that's where I met Carrie Ann.
Okay.
Yeah,
right on.
So we've known each other since college.
Okay, well, cool. When it comes back to, like I established our connection, that's what it was, is with you and Carrie Ann together with the Shinies.
Yeah.
And I had Carrie on in an earlier episode, and she confirmed that it was an art show in Malvern, Iowa. It was an outdoor one. It was supposed to be outdoors, and it rained, and we got moved indoors.
Yes.
So we did a show together then, and that's when I first met you.
Yeah.
So and I've gotten to know you a little bit better since then. And so how long ago did you move to Kansas City?
In 2020.
2020, okay.
Yes, during the pandemic.
Oh, wow, great.
I was like, let me just move a whole new city.
Well, that probably, though, was nice because when you moved down there. Now, okay, as far as, by the way, you have, and I said Tica Felise, right? When I introduced you? Okay. I wanted to make sure that I introduced you appropriately. Okay, so I wasn't just talking and was going, who is she? Okay, I wanted to be sure.
I'm sure.
Okay, all right. But you have an album out called Magnificent Dumpster Phoenix.
Yes.
And now was that, I guess what I was curious about, was that something you had been writing on before moving down there? Or did you move there? And
so what happened was, the reason that I even moved to Nebraska was that I got divorced.
Okay.
And I said, Denver is not big enough for the both of us.
Yeah.
So I will be leaving. And I had all these friends in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And so came down here, and Carrie Ann was sort of in a similar situation. And so we were kind of, on the same level.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm sad. Let's sing songs and we'll feel better.
Yeah. Well, that's how it works.
And that's, and we were both, it was basically we were both like, we both lost our shine.
Yeah.
And so we needed to get that shiny back.
Nice.
And the Shinies were born.
Cool. Well, you guys had a really nice fan base around here, and that's why I wanted to bring up Shinies to you, because I know that's a big part of your music career, especially around here.
Yeah.
So now, what made you move to Kansas City then?
Just sort of didn't feel quite connected here.
Yeah.
There was some kind of weird not connection. And I think I just wanted a little bit bigger of a city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Diverse people and diverse places and major sports teams and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's nice about Kansas City, too, is it's not so huge. It's not, like, overwhelmingly big. It's got everything you need, but it's not overwhelming.
Well, in Denver, thought about going back to Denver, but that is very expensive and also very crowded. There's so many people now.
Yeah.
It's not like the Denver that I grew up in.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, weed's legal now, and that'll bring people.
Yeah. Well, now it is in Kansas City, too.
Yeah, I know. Now we're hoping to be fighting for it. Our weed's better. So let's talk about your album a little bit. What's the inspiration there for you?
Well, again, it's sort of the story of, and it just sort of became this. So I joined a songwriting group called the Benson Song Exchange, and we and in that there's a lot of different prompts. And over some time, I realized I was writing this album about sort of my coming back to myself after
exactly.
after being devastated by that situation, and also very angry and like trying to process a lot of different emotions. A lot of times, not very gracefully.
Yeah.
And so, it's the album starts basically after like leaving him. Like that's how it starts. and then moves on to sort of trying to make your way in internet dating, and then just sort of realizing that you just have to do some self-work.
Yeah.
There's some work that I have to do on myself.
Well, yeah, and it was like kind of like a metamorphosis. It started, and then it was, you took everyone through it, and then there was like a rebuild in it. Like you're saying, finding yourself. You could tell there's a rebuild period, and then you found somebody new, and then.
Well, it's like I hope that I found.
It sounded like.
It's like what I would hope it would be like if I found someone new.
Okay. Well, the Kansas City boyfriend. So that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, no, it's again like. It's hopeful.
Yeah.
It's nothing that has happened, but it was a song that, but I definitely wrote that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to Kansas City.
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, that's cool to know this. So this was stuff all in the works before you would move to Kansas City or any of that.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was wondering if you got burned or something while you were here, and then said, I'm out of here, and then and you got to Kansas City, and everything kind of just boom came out. So isn't that weird how people? I mean, you don't.
In
know.
a way, I did, but
Yeah.
but it was not. It wasn't a romantic burn. It was just. It was like the whole city. I felt like just.
Yeah.
Like again, it just didn't feel connected.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like someone was like, not you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that, but I just knew.
You need something different.
I needed something different, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. And I got to see you at the 518 in Red Oak here. What was it, about a month and a half ago, maybe something like that?
April 7th. Yes.
Yeah. And that was a great show. Gosh, and you do the whole entire show with your. I say ukulele. I think it's ukulele, isn't it?
I say ukulele.
Okay, I do too. But you do a full show, 3-hour show with it, and you fill the room with your voice. In that ukulele, and that's amazing. And what I really love is that you did 3 sets, and one of your sets was the whole album from start to finish.
Yeah, that was essentially the CD release party.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was super cool. So you're down in Kansas City. That was a solo show. Are you playing primarily solo shows, or
right now, just solo. I was just talking to one of my other musician friends, and he was like, okay, well, you need to start a band if you'd like to play this thing. And I was like, oh yeah, I probably should do that.
Yeah.
So I think that will be coming, I don't know, soon. I just have to, meeting people. It's like, it's like starting a relationship, like a romantic relationship.
You don't want to rush in.
Only without the romance.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, music's a love language, so in a sense, you don't. And if things are going to go south, you definitely don't want it to be with the music, because that's such a wonderful thing.
But I always have myself.
Yeah, exactly.
To come back to.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah.
And I think I think we were talking a little bit before you went on, and did you say somebody, and this might be the same person or people, were talking about a Steely Dan, doing some Steely Dan, or a Steely Dan cover band or something like that?
Yeah, so my boss is like really into Steely Dan.
Yeah.
And so I am playing Monday nights at the place that I work.
Cool.
And he said, you should throw in some Steely Dan. And so I was like, okay, let me just do a little research, because I knew like Ricky Don't Lose That Number, and like Peg, not very many. And so I started going down that rabbit hole, and I was just like, this is so fun. It is funky, and they've got this, and like the harmonies and all the vocals, the whole thing is just intricate and magical.
They're a master class in musicianship.
Yeah.
And songwriting. Their songs are great. They're very well written songs. Great stories too. I mean, it's not like they're just these group of fantastic musicians who can't write cool stuff. You know? I mean, they've got it all. So that's super cool. So you're doing some Steely Dan then?
Not yet, but I just it's like a bug in my ear.
Yeah, cool. You get me talking about Steely Dan, and I won't shut up. I love Steely Dan. Gosh, they're so good. So how long have you been? Okay, so you got this album. Have you written and released any other solo stuff, or is this your first solo?
I guess it's my first solo album. I my first band that I was in, I joined when I was about 23 or so.
Okay.
And played with them for 13 years. And we came out with 2 albums.
Cool.
While I was with them.
This was in Denver?
This was in
I think,
Denver.
okay.
The Duke Street Kings. Rock and
Nice.
roll blues band. We did covers and originals, kind of a party band. And they're still kicking it and making albums and everything.
Cool.
And then I also was in a group called Proprio,
Okay.
which was that was a lot of my original stuff.
Nice.
But some of their stuff and a couple covers that we would throw in. But those were some friends from camp.
Okay.
And that album is called Before There Were Storms.
Oh, nice, nice. And these available then?
Yes,
Get on and
that's
get 'em, right?
on the
Awesome. Sweet.
on the Spotify, on all the
Good deal.
streaming platforms.
Good
and everything.
deal. Well, when did you start writing? I mean, have you done it since you were a little kid, or is it something you took on later in life? or-
I probably wrote my first song when I was in middle school,
Okay.
but yes, I studied. When I was about 4, I told my parents I'm going to need a piano, and they were like, "We're not musical people.
Those are heavy."
We don't know." Like what?
yeah.
They came from immigrant families, and so they
Okay.
didn't have like music lessons. They
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
about all that stuff. So I basically, was like, all right, well, I'll show you. And so voice lessons and piano
Lift
lessons.
with your legs. Come on.
Guitar lessons.
Awesome.
I haven't taken any ukulele lessons. I'm self-taught on these.
Oh, nice. Well, gosh, that's pretty darn good to be able to do a whole show then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very good. Very good.
Well, it's taken some years. I mean, when I first moved to Omaha, I played the ukulele just a little bit. But then I went to an open mic and saw Allie Peeler with
Oh,
her
yeah.
electric uke. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't know they made it electric that
Yeah.
you could plug in. And then it's been history since then.
Yeah. Have you talked to her lately? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Oh, yeah. I definitely am in touch with her
Okay, cool.
regularly.
It's been long enough. I think it was like at Weinstock and she was pregnant at the time. That's how long ago.
Oh, my gosh. Her kids are like teenagers now.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No, not really.
I need to get
But
out
they're
more.
kind of older kids now. I mean, it's definitely, time moves so fast.
Yeah, it does for sure. So you got any new projects or any new songs, anything poking their head out that you're working on?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm working on stuff. I have lots of gigs this summer.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I have some songs I need to write for as like gifts for my Kickstarter that I did,
Okay.
and then just work. I'm also joined.
When you say that, gifts for your Kickstarter, what?
So it was like different levels of gifts that you, if
Okay.
you pledged a certain amount of money, then I would write a song for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
So have like 3 or 4 of those to do, and then I joined sort of a songwriting group that will write a song a month the next few months.
Cool.
And so I think my favorite thing really is playing live though.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing some farmers markets, and that's one of my favorite things
Oh,
to do.
cool, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
sort of just be right there with people. You're so close to them, and
Yeah, and everybody's in tune at that.
Yeah.
So like they're earthy and they're there. The music,
Yes.
everything. Yeah, it's all.
yeah. I played one last week, and it was just the energy exchange
Yeah.
was just so beautiful, and I was like, this is just like the pinnacle of
Yeah.
what I want life to be.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
morning.
for sure. Yeah. Oh well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we play a song, or anything you want to mention, or?
I don't think so. Just thank
Okay.
you for having me.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on, of course, and I'm glad we're able to make it work. I know we've been talking about it for a while, and
Yes.
and finally we locked in a date, and the stars are aligned, and
Right,
and
we
it
just
happened.
listen. I'm just coming.
Yeah, yeah, we better do it.
Let's just get it on the calendar.
Right on.
We won't try to fit it with anything else, except for tomorrow. I'm gonna get my hair cut
Oh, okay, all right. So you're staying in Omaha
because I
tonight?
still don't trust anyone in Kansas City. Yes,
That's a long drive
I'm gonna
for
stay
a
with.
hairdo.
I'm gonna stay with Carrie Ann.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, please tell her I said hello. And actually, Owen and I and a buddy of ours, Rick Hilliard, we got another music series, which we'll probably invite you to be on here at some point with the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association. And she's going to be on that next week. So we're going to be doing that. So I'll be getting back a hold of you about that sometime too. So
Great.
All right, well, cool. Well, what song are you going to take us out with here?
How about Love a Woman Like Me?
Oh, I love that song. That's the last one, and to me, when I hear that one, I think of, okay, the metamorphosis is complete. There you are. And that song encapsulates all of it.
Yes,
you know?
I always
You're
say...
an empowered woman.
I always say,
that
like,
moved on.
if I ever fall in love again, it better be like this song.
Yeah? Oh, nice. Good. All right, well, cool.
You so sweet, you got honey in your tea, you got sugar in your veins, I'm pretty sure it's been